black excellence. And when you do something like this, you got folks outside the community see that. TMZ talking about it, NBC talking about it, CNBC talking about it, CBS happens. How do you think that benefits us? And that's what we celebrate. We, as a community, are going to be held accountable for that. Subliminally, subconsciously. People going to look at us with raised eyebrows and think as a community, oh, you down with that? You cool?
Behind Muhammad Ali when the government came after him. Didn't you notice that OJ wasn't there? He wanted no parts of it. He wanted no parts of standing up for our community, for his own. That's the brother you getting on me about? You Faizon Love, you Willie D. That's why you coming at me? 'Cause of OJ? Really? I'm like, you gotta be me. Yeah, so you know you talking about this, but listen, my woman's fine with me, bro. I don't roll like that. What you worried about my hairdo for? That's all right. That's fine. You know, but I'm like, you coming at me, and it's like, you know, Sambo, Steven from Django, you know, Uncle Tom, like, really? You know, I'm sitting there, and I could have got medieval. You know, I really could. I could have called these cats out, because you got to remember, you can think you're going to have the last word with me. Good luck with that if I really, really want to. But they never have to worry about me having to have the last word with them, because frankly, they don't matter that much to me. But we come out with these names, and there are NBA players who facilitated this kind of thinking about me. I know who they are, UD. I know who they are. And you got some professional athletes, because they haven't liked the things that I've said, and they facilitate those things about me. You see, you want to create this narrative to distract people from the real subject at hand. And I'm smart enough to know that. But I'm also decent enough to not want to turn it into a back and forth, a personal text. Because you see, I want Willie D to succeed.
Yeah.
And I want Faizon Love to succeed. Yeah. And I want them all to succeed. I'm not a brother that roots for failures in my community. I'm not that guy. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I'm an ambassador for HBCU Week. I've assisted, whether it's CP3, whether it's ESPN, whether it's TNT, whether it's the NBA, whether it's the NFL with Troy Vincent and others. I've helped raise $87 million in scholarships.
Wow.
I reach back to help folks all the time. In our profession, point a black person or anybody that has come up to me and asked me for my assistance. Everybody's been handpicked by me. And then on top of it all, you would come at me like this. And I'm going to tell you something, and I ain't say publicly, but I'm going to say this now. You think I haven't noticed that the steam has elevated since everybody knows my contract's coming up? You think I'm that stupid? You think I don't know what they're trying to do? What these cats are trying to do is trying to bait me. So I will do something stupid.
Nah.
So it will get in the way of my dollars.
Nah.
Now, it's as obvious as the sky is blue on a sunny day in Miami. But here's the real question. Why would you want to do that?
I was just going to say, why would you?
Why? I've been #1 for 12 years in the morning on First Take. In terms of ratings and revenue, I've been the #1 talent for a decade. All of this money, I'm not talking, this ain't about ESPN. This is about the cats coming at me. ESPN and we gonna work out what we gonna work out, and we not gonna work out what we don't work out. But there's no animosity. I got great relationships with them. Yes. They got a great relationship with me. Whatever we work out, we work out. I'm talking about the cynics and the critics.
Yes.
As much as I work, along with the results I provide.
Yo, it's Big Ant the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. UPTV, make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and I had a link in the description where you can watch this in full on the OGs podcast where Udonis Haslam and Mike Miller, where they had on Stephen A. Smith as a guest this week. And also the beginning clip that got this conversation and topic kicked off from Stephen A. Smith's show where he criticized BET for putting O.J. Simpson as a part of the memory segment for the entertainers and the athletes and people from the black community who passed away within this year of 2003 and 2024. People got offended and felt the way about it. And I don't normally do my videos this way, but I cut it right here because I use so much of the original video, but I wanted y'all to get this whole clip, so I do got more video to play, but I want everything directly what he said so we don't get anything confused or misconstrued or taken out of context. But I want to break this whole piece down and let y'all know where I come from with it. So it's more video to play, and for my supporters, this is just a different way this time because I don't normally use this much video unless we on a live stream and we stopping it the full time. But it's more. Watch this, and we're going to be back to break it all down in a second.
If I don't get paid, who's getting paid? I'm not talking about ESPN.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Disney. Because like I said, we already talking. ESPN's already been fair to me. We got no issues. We'll work out what we work out. That's not what this is about. Mm-hmm. This is about a mentality primarily emanating from our community.
Yes.
Where you got cats looking at me, knowing the work I put in, knowing how hard I work, knowing the results I provide, and still would be like, yo, F him. We don't want him. Well, if it ain't me, who? Because who else is working $325 a year? Who else is working weekends? Who else is on first take? You see how many sponsors First Take has? Think about it.
Nah.
When you have to generate revenue.
Yeah.
When you see producers and associate producers and writers and editors and hosts and contributors and co-hosts, if you're not generating revenue, how do they get paid?
Yeah.
So when I bring stuff up and we talking about selling out, who's really selling out? The brother that's hipping you to the game, that's telling you where the minefields lie, what be ignorant and be what you want to be, and to bump the system and to hell with everybody else while they got their hand out behind closed doors for the very system they're denigrating. Who really selling out? See, they the ones that's selling out because they ain't telling you that you doing shit that's going to get in your way.
Yeah.
That's going to compromise your dollars.
Yeah.
When cats come and talk to me, I always let them know. Here's where the money is. This is what's going to get in the way of the money.
Yeah.
And in the process of that, you're going to damage yourself. I'm not telling you to be fake. I'm not telling you to be phony. I'm not telling you to do any of that. I'm telling you there's a time and a place for everything. You can't always be what you want to be, when you want to be, full throttle, and get everything you want. You have to maneuver through the minefield, being real, authentic, and true to you, but understanding that certain times call for certain actions. These ignorant will have you thinking that telling the folks that is selling out. All you doing is sending cats on a come up down a dead-end boulevard. That's going to cost us everything. One by one. I refuse to be that brother. And I've said it, and I'll end it this way. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 more times. Google me. Look at my track record. Talk to people I've covered. And any critic, any cynic that got something to say substantive, not trolling, nonsense, belligerent, childish nonsense like supposed grown and like Willie D and Faizon Love was supposed to be. And I'm not saying they're not, because I'm not disrespecting them. I'm only talking about their comment towards me. That was juvenile and immature, okay?
Screaming A to Script Reader Smith. Do you know what you sound like right here, bro? When you say certain things, You might not realize it or understand it how it come off in the black community, as that's the whole reason we speaking on this right here. But I'll tell you directly, because other people might be afraid to and they don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't have a relationship with you. But you sound like that nigga from the job back in the day that sat around and watched people at work and told the bosses who was clocking in late. All the double talking and sideways acting and going back forth and extreming and da-da-da-da. You sound like that guy that really, hey man, boss, that nigga took a little longer lunch break, or he came in late, or hey man, they was messing over the clock, they wasn't working. That's who you come off as right here, bro. Because you sit up there and said, play the game, navigate. It's a time and a place for all these things. So you saying do what you got to do to get through. Do things that you don't agree with at times. And I'm going to tell you like this. Multiple things can be correct at once. You can be correct in that aspect, Stephen A. But at certain times, certain people get to the point where, hey, this is a line I don't want to cross. And I'm going to show you how this works. You called out Tia Mowry for reading the segment about O.J. Simpson at the BET Awards and said you wouldn't have done it.
I just don't understand. And I think that when it comes to something like that, you got to guard against that. I'd love to know if Tia Mowry knew anything about that. Because had that been me, and they asked me to MC that segment, and I saw that OJ was a part of it, I would not have done it. And if I was on that stage and his face popped up, I would have been mic'd up on camera and I would have been like, I don't know whose idea that was, but I don't have anything to do with that. I didn't know.
Well, guess what? That could have been her way of, hey, I'm going to navigate through this and I'm going to read this segment because this is an opportunity and I got to get around to what I need to do. You see what I'm saying here? So when people are calling you out, Stephen A., it's not because they trying to block your contract like you are accusing Willie D and Faizon Love. ESPN, please give this nigga Stephen A. every dollar he asks for and a 10 times bonus. Trust me, bro. Nobody is looking at you and wondering and caring about how much money you make when they accuse you of certain things. It's because you are on ESPN, a billion-dollar company, million-dollar advertising platform where your voice is being promoted and platformed as somebody that is speaking for the black culture and the black community, and we don't like the way it comes off, and it seems as a way that you go super duper hard on your own. This is not your first offense. This is not your second offense. And everything that you getting right now, niggas didn't do it because your contracts is there. You brought all this attention you getting on yourself. If you don't go on there and speak on O.J. Simpson, nobody's talking about it right now, nigga. We don't care. Nobody is really watching ESPN because they looking for black voice, bro. That is sports. They watch that as, hey, this is something, the biggest platform. You talking about how hard you work. Nigga, everybody work hard. I've been dropping YouTube videos every day for 6 years straight. And guess what, Stephen A.? It's women and single mothers in this world that work harder than both of us put together. Yes, you are working hard, nigga. Yes, you are sacrificing, nigga. But so is everybody else. Keeping it all the way 1,000, nigga. It's mothers that got 4, 5 kids that ain't had a day off and I don't know how long because ain't no father in the house, Stephen A. So your hard work, I get it. You should be proud of that. You should be like, yeah, nigga, y'all respect my grind. Niggas should respect your grind. But don't think that because you working hard, niggas can't critique you. Or because you about to get a bag, niggas can't critique you. No, nigga, you violated with the conversation you had. And remind you, this is coming on the tail end of all the Kyrie conversation after the finals this year, where we was thinking you was going too hard on another black man, as in Kyrie Irving, riding him, punching him down while the media was already doing them dirty. You joined in on that. You talked out of pocket about that. Niggas told you on air, and you stood on it. So what do we think is the black community, Stephen A? See, you don't want to come out here and you get mad when people critique you. You might be offended by the name calling. But look at yourself and look at the things you say on air, nigga. And look at the way you say it. As that's the whole thing that Kenny Smith had to call and tell you. You never came out and told us about that. You never came out and told us you was wrong about Kyrie until he went to the finals, nigga. So do you come out and tell us if he don't go to the finals and turn his career around, or do you just leave it in 2021 as is? I went too hard on that nigga for him to be another brother, especially having a relationship with them. Come on, nigga, what is you talking about right now? All these platforms you work for, this advertising, this money, this marketing, it's people working just as hard who don't have none of that. Some niggas don't want to play that game, bro. Now, it's certain niggas that play both sides, true. There are certain niggas that play both sides. But keep that separate, because there's niggas out here who don't play both sides. So all this little slick sideways talking and fly walking, you trying to execute and things like that, it don't make no entire sense. We are concerned because you speak on the black community. Well, I'm speaking for me. I don't know what everybody else's point is. I don't want you to speak for the black community because you out of touch. You've already made too many incorrect comments. That Will Smith take was out of pocket, out of line, and it was a lie. Tell your script readers and your script writers and your people that produce to get it together and make sure they got their facts right if they gonna think they telling you to speak on the black community like they did for Will Smith, because you had to get another phone call for that. And recently you spoke on Devin Haney, and you placed blame on Devin Haney for taking the fight as opposed to the guy that had illegal banned substance in his. I don't care if he was overweight or not. Nigga, the overrider of overweight or not was the fact that the nigga had PEDs in his system. He was cool with the nigga being overweight, Stephen A. He wasn't tripping off of that. He tripping off the nigga having illegal drugs. That's the enhancement, you lost nigga. What is you talking about, bro? You don't be making sense.
Accountable for it. And I'm glad he was suspended for a year by the New York State Athletic Commission for PED use. I'm glad that WBC said we don't want nothing to do with him. I'm glad about that. I'm sad for Devin Haney, but it was Devin Haney's fault.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal. Yes, it appears that Ryan Garcia used performance enhancers. That's what they say. That's what they say. Not once, but twice.
Yes.
That's what the reports say. But here's where I blame Devin Haney. It should have never been okay for you or with you for him to come into the ring overweight.
Overweight.
Shout out to Udonis Haslam and Mike Miller. They doing what they supposed to do. They letting you tell your side of it in this situation. And they like, okay, these niggas coming at you, you want to respond to it. He got his opinions about things like Udonis Haslam said as well. But look here, nigga. You not the overall writer. You not the overrider, and we don't listen to you in the black community. ESPN can pay you whatever. I guarantee you nobody cares. You need to know and understand the black community did not elect and select you to be in that position you in. You got that job at ESPN. We wasn't watching you on YouTube and saying, hey, we want this guy to be the top and to be the leader for us and the speaker for us. Yes, most definitely. Respect to all the things you do for HBCUs and black creators you've helped and worked with and went to their platforms. Multiple things can be correct at one time, because you can do all that good stuff, but then you go out there and do these type of things like Kyrie Irving, like Will Smith, like this OJ take. Like, we need to be worried about what TMZ and other people from different communities look and think about black people. Stephen A., if you was a stomp down nigga, you would know from day one the people behind the scenes and the culture of America always look down on niggas without even giving us a chance. So I'm telling you like this, get your money. I hope they triple pay you what you're asking for at ESPN. I'm only speaking on you because of the black community aspect, and I want it to be known. You are not a speaker for us. You can put the dope money back. That's salute. That's respect. We love that. But just because you give money back to the black community don't mean we not going to critique you when you speak out of turn, out of pocket, and push a false narrative like you did on Will Smith with the ticket sales and stuff. They come back around and double talk and side talk and try to walk it back instead of just saying I was wrong, the information was incorrect, I got a call from his team. You tried to side walk and side talk that. Man, knock it off, Stephen A. Get your act together. We over that. Get your bag. ESPN, pay that man whatever he asks for. Trust me, we don't care, my nigga. You not down here with us. We not affected by that. We don't look at you like an athlete. The athletes didn't give us a narrative or try to say things about you. We hearing it ourselves, bro. You trying to insult. What you really doing is insult niggas' intelligence right now. Because you telling us the athletes push this narrative about me. No, nigga, we coming to this judgment on our own. Athletes can't push nothing to no grown man, dog. We niggas. Stomp down niggas, my nigga. Just keep that understood. Actually, get that overstood. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.